is up, guys? EJ here, back with another video, and today is gonna be my 31 days of horror update, days 11 through 16. The movies I've been watching over the past 6 days as part of my 31 days of horror. So on October 11th, I watched The Raven from 1963, directed by Roger Corman, and of course starring Vincent Price, Boris Karloff, and Peter Lorre. This film really sort of threw me for a loop at the beginning. First of all, there's a matte painting shot of the house where Vincent Price is. It starts off with him narrating the Raven poem by Edgar Allan Poe. But there's this matte painting of the house, and the same exact shot is in the fall of the House of Usher, and I thought it was odd. They used the exact same matte painting shot of the house, and it just caught my eye at the beginning. And then as he's reciting this poem, he starts drawing a raven with his hand. He's a magician. He's in his office, and he sort of like does this thing with his hand, and this like purple raven appears in the background in the back of his office. Very weird. And then a raven knocks on his window, and then he opens up the window, and the raven comes in, and the raven starts talking to him. So this totally threw me for a loop. I'm like, what am I watching here? And then it took me a few minutes to realize that the raven's voice is Peter Lorre. And then eventually he wants to help this raven because he's been turned into this raven by a spell cast by Boris Karloff's character. But The Raven was a lot of fun. It was more comedy than horror. Wasn't what I was expecting. It also features a very young Jack Nicholson. So it's got this amazing cast. All three of these guys hamming it up. And just seeing Jack Nicholson in 1963 was quite amazing. So that's The Raven. So on the 12th, I followed up with another Vincent Price movie. As you know, I've been doing these Vincent Price films. And that is The Masque of the Red Death from 1964. Also directed by Roger Corman, and starring Vincent Price as Prince Prospero, a sort of very evil Italian prince roaming over this region with sort of dread and fear. It's been struck by this plague called the Red Death. People sort of turn bloody in their faces, and he sort of holes up in this castle with his court. And the film's really about devil worship, to be honest. Very interesting. He sort of kidnaps this girl and her boyfriend and her father, and holds them there amidst all this decadence inside this castle, and the whole land has been ravaged by this plague in the meantime. Very cool film. Loved the way it looked, the way it was shot. Very colorful. Also features Hazel Court, who also starred in The Raven. Very interesting actress, very beautiful, with red hair. She plays his wife in the film, but it's really about devil worship. The Masque of the Red Death. I really like that film. Okay, on the 13th, I watched a classic. This was Sunday night, and that is Rosemary's Baby from 1968. Roman Polanski's chilling tale of a young newlywed couple played by Mia Farrow and John Cassavetes. They've just moved into a new apartment in New York, and they're looking to start a family. Cassavetes plays a struggling actor, and he eventually makes a deal with the devil to give their upcoming child, to the devil. Really a slow burn of a film, very nightmarish. Great performance by Mia Farrow, and she's befriended by their nosy neighbors, this elderly couple played by Ruth Gordon and Sidney Blackmer. Very chilling. This film really surprised me. It had been ages since I'd seen it. The last 20-30 minutes or so are very chilling. Yeah, really a great surprise. I understand why this is a classic now. Yeah, really great. Mia Farrow was amazing, and Polanski's direction is just stunning. Very cool film. Okay, out of order, unfortunately, I messed up. I was supposed to watch this film on the 15th, but I ended up watching it on the 14th. And that's The Legend of Hell House from 1973, directed by John Howell, starring Pamela Franklin and Roddy McDowall. Um, much like House on Haunted Hill, it's about a group of people who go to a haunted house, a house full of evil and history, of despicable things that have happened there. McDowell plays a doctor, and Pamela Franklin plays a young a medium. She's a mental medium. There's another guy there who's a physical medium, and Roddy McDowell also brings his wife along. Very cool film. I just love the way it was shot. There's lots of great shots of people's heads in the foreground, like in the corner. Just a great looking film. The Legend of Hell House from 1973. Okay, the film that I was supposed to watch on the 14th, but ended up watching on the 15th because I messed up, and then this movie didn't play in my Blu-ray player for some reason as well, so I had to watch it on my DVD player in here. And that's The Abominable Dr. Phibes from, or is it Phibes, from 1971. Great movie directed by Robert Fuest, starring Vincent Price and Joseph Cotton. I really loved this movie. I thought it was great. Vincent Price plays a man grieving for his wife who died in an operating accident. Well, not an accident. She just died on the operating table, and Price holds the doctors who were doing the operation responsible, and he starts killing them off one by one in very mysterious ways, all associated with the 10 plagues of Egypt. So there's death by bees, death by frogs, death by locusts, death by blood, all kinds of cool stuff. And then eventually I was wondering how they're going to do the death of the firstborn, that plague where all of the firstborn children were killed. And he ends up kidnapping the son of the main doctor. And the final scenes, the doctor is brought in to save his son, who's lying on the table, and it's sort of a Saw trap moment. He has to get out a key that's inside the son's stomach, while this vat of acid takes seemingly like 20 minutes to pour down onto the son, onto his head. Very cool film. I really liked it. The reveal of what Vincent Price actually looks like at the end really blew me away as well, and I'm definitely going to have to watch the sequel now, because I thought this was great. So last night, the 16th, back on track, a film very similar to The Abominable Dr. Phibes, and that is Theater of Blood from 1973, again with Vincent Price, this time directed by Douglas Hickox, and it also stars Diana Rigg. Very interesting performance by her. Basically the same premise as The Abominable Dr. Phibes. This time though, Vincent Price is a Shakespearean actor who wants to get back at the critics circle that has snubbed him for his roles in all these Shakespearean plays. He's a Shakespearean actor, and the film starts off like right away with him killing like the first critic in a sort of Julius Caesar type of murder. It happens on the Ides of March, the 15th of March, and this guy who's actually appeared in James Bond films, I recognize him from early Bond movies, the actor who played the critic. He gets stabbed to death by all these like homeless people that Vincent Price is sort of shacked up with. And then he goes on to kill all these critics while the police are trying to find him, while they figure out that he's not dead anymore. Apparently he committed suicide, but of course he's risen from the grave, so to speak. And Diana Rigg plays his daughter, who helps him throughout the whole movie. She's always like in disguise, like has this big afro and a beard. Very weird, but much like Abominable Dr. Phibes, all these people get killed off one by one in all these interesting ways, and they're all based on Shakespearean plays, famous deaths in Shakespeare. Loads of fun. Vincent Price is great. I forgot to mention about Abominable Dr. Phibes. Vincent Price doesn't talk throughout the whole movie. His voice has been shattered somehow, and he like puts up this like a little horn, and you hear his voice through like a what the hell's the name of those old record players type of things. That was interesting too. Like the first half hour, I'm like, why hasn't Vincent Price said a word? But yeah, all great films, lots of Vincent Price classics. So yeah, those are the 6 films I've been watching over the past 6 days. I wanted to do 6 days because I was going to have to do 6 eventually, because of course we have 31 days in October. And plus I don't want to do videos on Sundays. And if I did 5 and then 5, I would be making a video next Sunday, and I don't want to do that. But besides that, thank you for watching, and I've gone on way too long, obviously. But thanks for watching as always, and until next time, I'll see you.
Bond. James Bond.